Hello and welcome to Chess with Simon. I'm Simon. We have a new game starting. Oh, I won this. Oh, that's so kind. To resign. I didn't even see that. Fascinating game. Should we quickly look at this one? Let's quickly look at this one. Because I think what happened. Look, white's winning, white's winning. Where do we go to? White's better. White played brilliantly. This was a masterstroke. Wasn't it? Put the engine on. Yeah, e4's a really good move. So they want you to take it, or they want you to go e5. They do not want you to go this, because mathematically we just lose the endgame. White played brilliantly, white played brilliantly. It's this move, unfortunately, is a mistake. So hard. Because then now c4 by black. Either white takes, and it's zugzwang, or white bypasses, and then we take, and then we push, and it's a nightmare. But the opening, I kind of got the opening wrong, didn't I? This goes right back. This was okay. Yeah, it didn't like the bishop development. You meant to do something else. You meant to play f6 here, aren't you? You meant to play f6, but the engine wants to play f6, and it even says black's a bit better. Who knew? It's very complicated. Knight takes. Oh, knight f6. Okay, so I didn't want to play that, but looks like I probably should have. Let's have a look. Queen e4, castles, h3, rook f2. So complicated. Beautiful, actually, beautiful check. You win the queen back. And the answer is black's a little bit better, by a miracle. Okay, well, I did something else. I just developed a piece. I developed the bishop to g4. And I was lucky to get away with that one. It's just that simple. Very interesting pawn endgame, but very lucky to get away with it. Also, my game finished with one of my other opponents. I was lucky enough to win that one too. It was, I don't really know how it works, to be honest. This one. Okay, this one, it was a pawn endgame as well, and I think we knew this one was winning for white, because basically at the end it ends up in a zugzwang, yeah. It basically ends up in a zugzwang in the end. Because the three pawns can be set up so that black king is stalemated, and then you just take the pawn. Then you don't take the pawn, then you lose a pawn, and then the black's king is no longer stalemated and you've got a winning position. So that was lovely. So this one, I think the same chap, because I think he was a bit jet lagged or something last time. Alex, I think he was travelling or something last time. d4, knight f6. It's a good move. This move against Joseph, I think I might be winning this now if I redeploy my rook behind the pawn. Redeploying the rook behind the pawn certainly gives white a good position here. We've talked about this before. We're just wasting time. Here we've lost. I just think we've lost. I'm going to play on for instructive value, but I don't. I don't know. I don't. This is what's going to happen. If we just waste time, black's going to go like this. And black's through to the back. Oh, hang on. No. This is ridiculous. We take the rook. This is the problem. We just take the rook. And queen goes here. And now the queen's sort of through. So we have to be able to drum up some activity quickly. We have to try and break through before the queen can chop all our pawns. But for now, we just take the rook. Sorry, I confused myself. This one. They really want to. So d5's the move I know. And then when they take, you take with the bishop and defend the pawn. It's a queen check, probably. Well, I'd put the queen in the way, but okay. And what you take with the king, yeah. I don't know, I think we're better here. I'm surprised that white won this, but maybe it's just one game, right? So who knows? Who knows? Okay. So the move I know is d5, but apparently some people want to play this. King f1. And this. Oh, very amusing. Queen d3. Castle, and just say, what do you got? Should we do that then? I mean, shall we? It's something a bit different, isn't it? Or should we play d5? I mean, d5 is a sensible move. I'm not in the mood for sensible moves. I'm in the mood for this. Oh, come on, let's be grown up. We could develop as grown up. I like to be grown up. This one, rook takes rook, right? Then I have to try and survive. I'm actually quite optimistic about my survival chances here. Here I think we've been lucky enough to win a piece. We looked at this last time. There was a combination here. So we took the knight, rook has to take, check, king can't stay in touch with the knight f6, and we take the knight. And we got a piece, which is nice. And we're going to swap off a pair of rooks because we pinned the rook. This is the game with Gary, which, if I hold this, I would like to claim a free bag of sweeties. Don't worry, this will not cost anyone a free bag of sweeties. This one, my opponent's playing really well. I think the point is, if we can push here, and I don't think white can take twice. So I think pushing here is probably a good idea. I think white's taking what? I think we'll swap some pawns off because we're a pawn down now. And also that bishop's pinned against the queen, so we'll try and exploit it. Here Nigel's play knight d2. It's a good move. I think we're going to take the rook because we don't want our king being drawn out. And then we're going to move the queen and we're going to claim we've got some threats. I think we do have some threats actually. I'm sure Nigel can parry them, but we do have some threats. Check. Check. Maybe the knight will take. I'm pretty sure the knight will take. I think that's the point of knight d2 probably. So if we just did this, I don't like this. I just don't like it. Maybe I should, but I don't. Well, maybe I should look more closely at it. Maybe I'll do this tomorrow. The issue is that this takes out a bit of the I mean, this is why Nigel's played it, of course. It takes away some of our attacking excitement because, well, I'm sure Nigel will play knight here. You've still got this, but they haven't got this. And if we were to just back the queen off, I don't know. I just think obviously then he's taking, and then I don't really want it. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think about that one because it's hard. This one I think we're doing okay. We'll give a check on. Let's move the king into the center and threaten this h6. Or maybe just take a pawn, just so who cares? Okay, we'll take a pawn. I think we're a rook up here, which is nice. Not this again. Okay. It's going to keep coming up, isn't it? This is the game with Justin. Okay, well, Do we swap the rooks off? I don't think the black rook can really penetrate. I suppose the queen might take here at some point, but then I'm taking here. Okay, this is probably a mistake. I'm doing it anyway. Well, if it's a mistake, let's not do it. We'll go this way, yeah? Yeah, I think black's king's a little bit more vulnerable, so I think we're going to keep our attacking pieces on. We're going to be brave. If white takes there, we take here. Rook here, check. No, there's not a check here. Okay. Take here. What about rook here? I suppose you can sort of just play a move like this and say, so what? I think I prefer white here. Okay, I'm going to think about that as well. You've got to, these are difficult games. And against good players, so I'll need to think about it. Here are some other difficult games against some good players. This one, I'm lucky enough, I think this one's great. So the trick here is don't take the queen check because the queen takes back, because then your queen's on pre and this rook's on pre to the pawn. So if we just move the rook out of the way, this queen's not going to run away because she's pinned. So black's doing okay here. Here, how about we just push and try and crash through in some kind of spectacular style? Is this a pawn sack? It kind of is, isn't it? Maybe we shouldn't be sacking pawns. Okay. Okay. We're doing this instead. I suppose if we want to actually play that move, why don't we do this instead? Yeah, prepare e5. That's a bit clearer, isn't it? Let's prepare e5. Okay. I imagine white will take on d5, will take back with the c-pawn. Okay, I want to play here. I'm sort of dreaming that there's a zugzwang on black, but I'm not sure that's actually going to happen. But I certainly think white's got pressure. I suppose, no, there's no, and if they play this, you play this. I think white's got a bit of a clamp here, but let's see what happens. For some reason I'm worried I'm going to get mated. Develop the knight. This one, I think we're going to take here, try to smash the kingside pawns. This one, I think we're going to back up and try to keep those double pawns. I think we'll be alright there. I think that was the idea, because if you take, you undouble the pawns, which we don't want to do. This is a really good move. Puts a bit of, I mean, we're winning this endgame, but this puts a bit of pressure on, but the pressure doesn't come to anything. I mean, the worry is here, pawn here, push, pawn here, push, push, takes, and we're still winning, I think. I mean, you got to be a bit careful, but not that careful. Okay, so we're going to defend this. Yeah. I suppose, yeah, fine. The danger is, well, what if they pushed and the answer is you put your king there? This is Josh. We're going to develop our bishop with a view, if it gets kicked, to go here and here and then sort of attacking the king position. How about that for an idea? It's an idea, isn't it? It's not the best idea the world's ever known, but it's probably not the worst. Here, I suppose, develop the bishop. I think we develop the bishop outside the pawn chain. And then at some point I'm going to play c6, not c5. This game, I think we material up. This is the other one. So before we go to bed, at 2:30, we're going to do one puzzle. Right. Ooh. So the temptation would be takes, and block with a bishop, right? And what's happening on the other side of the board? So black has no queen. Why don't we just do takes, and block with a bishop? What if we just block with the... I just think we're just winning this. Takes, and block with the bishop. Ooh, there's more. So the fear is a big knight landing here, or a knight landing here, which would be very unpleasant. And maybe the way we block it is by putting the queen here, and harassing the rook. Yeah? So why don't we put the queen here? Oh, can we just take the knight? No, probably getting mated. Well, let's see what happens. Take the knight, take the bishop check, queen in the way. No good. So here, I think the problem with here is knight here. But the good thing about here is it harasses the rook. Consider yourself harassed. So now I've got a spare move. As Fisher said, a free breath. I've got a free breath. So what about if I bring the knight in? Or what about if I go king there, knight there? Oh, yuck, no. King there, knight there, takes, check, there, check. That's all right. Maybe that's what's intended. Knight here. Knight here. I think this is what they want. Yay! I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Look forward to seeing you next time.